Alright, hello guys, welcome back. So, in this video, as you probably know, I'm gonna show you how inputs work. So first of all, let's try this. So if you wanna show the user something, so you have to type print. It basically prints everything you wanna type in front of the user. Then you type, and then you use apostrophe. And then let's type hello world. So when I run it, first of all I'll have to go to first project and then run first project. So now it prints hello world. How easy. So this is how it works. And then let's try input commands. So input commands, this is how it works. You type input, then same as print. So in input, you're basically asking the user a question. So let's ask, what is your name? And space. So now let's run it, and then it asks what is your name, and then you can click here and type something. And let me type my name. I type enter, and the process is finished. So now if you wanna ask say user hello Adit, then you say you have to put first, let's put a variable in front of the what is your name input, so that we can address that input as a specific something. So let's say name dash, and there you go, sorry, equals to. And then we wanna tell the user hello your name. So we print apostrophe hello space, and then you go after the apostrophe, add a plus sign, and then add the variable. So variable doesn't need apostrophe. So now we run it. Let me type my name. I press enter. Hello, my name. See how easy. Now let's create so first, this, when I type Adit, it's a string, as I told you before in the last video. So this is a string. So now let me show you what so first let's type name equals input, what is your name, and then you click enter, print. So if it says error over here, then you should always check your code, because there's a problem in your code. So yeah, that's a tip. And then let me just type this. So when it says error, it can get confusing because it has happened to me before, but you should always keep looking and looking until you find the problem. So now let me just create an error on purpose. So now let me run it. See, syntax unexpected error file praising. So now it tells you what the problem is, and then you just have to figure out what the problem over there is. It also tells you which line it is. So here, see? So these are the lines 1 and 2. So now let me fix it. Now I run, and there. So now the next thing is, let's create a questionnaire for the user. So first you ask the name, and then it says print hello name. Now what do you want to do next? So it's basically to, when you go to a website and then it asks you a name, so this is what they use to see what I mean? Yeah. So next, yeah, I was showing you how the decimals work. So numbers. So let's type age equals to input apostrophe, and then what is your age, and then you print his age. So let's ask the user which year were you born. So which year? Alright, and then you print. So now we want to tell the user's age. So first what we have to do is, so what is the current year? The year is 2020, so first we type 2020 and then we subtract. So you use the normal subtraction sign and then you type float bracket age and see what happens. I'll explain you. First I type my name and which were you born. So I say 2005 and there you go, that's my age. That's not my real age, but still you know what I mean. So float is used for decimals and you can also use it for numbers. So let me rerun it and show you. So let me say, I know this is not how it works, but let me type 2005.5 and now let's see, put 8.5, there you go. So in float you can type decimals. If the user types decimals, you should type float. So when you type int, because this is not a string, you type int, and then I run it, and then I say what age. So let's use a decimal number for instance. So let's say 2005.4, and then it gets an error because I'm not using float, and float is the only thing you can use to store decimal values, but you can also store normal number values in float. So you should always use float for number values, numerical values. So understood that? If you have any doubts, you can email me. You should be able to find the email address in the about section, or I'll see if I can put it, I can forget, but I'll see if I can put it in the description below. So this is this. So now you know how inputs and prints work. Okay, this is it for this video. Like, share, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. So I have a Facebook page and yeah, next video I'll explain some stuff in next video. So this is it for today. Bye bye.